Everyone has their favorite animated character, but it's up to certain actors to bring them to life, whether that be by providing an amazing voice or bringing in a bit of their own personality to the role. Each actor brings something unique to the role, but some actors actually look like animated characters, whether they voice them or not. From the lookalikes to the natural-born animators, this list covers them all. Before we get started, be sure to click on that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things Screen Rant. Also, can you guess the hit animated movie based off of these emoji? Stay tuned for the answer. Danny DeVito. Sometimes when animators make characters, they infuse a few elements from the voice actor to help with the characterization. Nowhere is this more apparent, however, than in Disney's 1997 film Hercules. No, we're not talking about the titular demigod. In fact, we were thinking more along the lines of his trainer, Phil. He may not be human, he's a satyr in case you were wondering, but Phil actually has a lot of visual references that come from Danny DeVito, the man who voiced the character.
Alright, just take it easy, champ.
Aside from his short and plump physique, the animators actually used a lot of DeVito's own mouth movements when bringing Phil to life.
Am I gonna love this?
Talk about really bringing everything to a role.
Here, let me talk to him.
You in the suit. Yes, you.
Take a bath, hippie.
Ed Asner. Ed Asner may be a name you're unfamiliar with, but even if the name doesn't ring a bell, his appearance likely will, or rather, his animated self will stand out the most for you. Even though the character of Carl Fredricksen isn't directly based on Ed, we can clearly see the inspiration behind the lovable hero of Pixar's film Up.
Hi, I'm Ed Asner.
Ed just looks like someone who would mold well into an animated form and could easily make the transition to playing Carl in a live-action version.
Shake it off, right, shake it off. I love that song.
They have similar facial structures and noses and sport fashionable large-frame glasses that are a staple of the animated character.
Monty, you owe me and you know it. Just man up. Blah, 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 blah.
Linda Hunt. At first glance, you may be forgiven if you thought that Edna Mode from The Incredibles was performed by actress Linda Hunt. It's not uncommon for animated characters to carry over some characteristics of their voiceover actor, but as it turns out, Linda Hunt has nothing to do with The Incredibles.
It happens. Get over it.
But despite this, there's no denying that the character and the actress share some similarities. The large circular glasses, the petite demeanor, and the hair all shout, "This is Linda Hunt." If Disney were to ever make a live-action version of The Incredibles, and who's to say they won't with all the live-action reboots they're doing, they should immediately contact Mrs. Hunt for the role of Edna.
She's kind of my boss.
Boss, girlfriend, same thing.
Aubrey Plaza. You might be most familiar with Aubrey Plaza thanks to her work on Parks and Recreation and other hit shows and films.
April Ludgate, professional drinker.
She's applied her voice to animated characters before as well, including SpongeBob SquarePants and The Legend of Korra.
Pull in, laugh at my humorous quip.
Yes, dear.
But you know who Aubrey kind of looks like? Daria. Aubrey Plaza could totally pull off a Daria look should they ever go live action.
Something that'll really make them suffer.
Heck, it already kind of happened, thanks to College Humor making a hilarious fake trailer featuring Plaza as Daria. We guess everyone is kind of on the same page on this one. Aubrey was born to be Daria.
Because I'm going up to the machine. I thought maybe, I'd get somebody something, because I've had all these sweets, and I think I'm going to get something salty. I thought maybe some...
Wayne Knight. Wayne Knight's been in a lot of films, perhaps most loved for his memorable roles in Jurassic Park,
Nobody cares.
Kung Fu Panda, and Space Jam. Yep, we still love Space Jam. Wayne has a certain memorable quality to him, from his enthusiastic and cartoony reactions to his instantly recognizable voice.
Hello, Jerry.
Maybe that's why Pixar decided to take Wayne and turn him into an animated character in Toy Story 2. Even though he's not playing himself, it's pretty clear that Al McWiggin is heavily inspired by Wayne Knight, to the point where the animators decided to give Al facial hair simply because Wayne was sporting some at the time. He would later lend his voice as the gang boss in Kung Fu Panda. Christina Hendricks. Christina Hendricks is a household name for anyone who's watched AMC's Mad Men. The fiery redhead ended up turning a lot of heads on set, and she was obviously the person of desire among the sleazy ad men that worked on Madison Avenue. But her appearance would definitely be perfect should a certain animated character ever make the jump to real life. Which is ironic since Jessica Rabbit, an animated character, was featured in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, a film with both live action and animated elements. With her red hair and devil-may-care attitude, we would fully buy into Hendricks as a new version of Jessica Rabbit. Maybe she can traverse into the live-action realm one day.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have in my back pocket the answer to the question, who was Robin obsessed with?
Neil Patrick Harris. Neil Patrick Harris charmed audiences for years on TV and recent years on How I Met Your Mother. His slim build and outgoing personality made him an ideal stand-up comedian and entertainer.
Pinky swear?
Something he regularly does. With that in mind and his looks, we can totally see NPH tackling the role of the Riddler should the DCEU ever try to make an adaptation based off the animated versions of the famous villain. Seriously, it's a bit scary how much Neil is already pulling off the Riddler look.
It's the sound of a good time.
I'm not in danger, Skyler. I am the danger. A guy opens his door and gets shot and you think that of me? No. I am the one who knocks.
Bryan Cranston. Hi diddly ho, neighborino.
Calm down, diddly 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 diddly.
Even if you've never seen an episode of the long-standing Simpsons show, you're certainly familiar with many of the characters. One of the more beloved and possibly annoying characters on the show is the Simpsons' next-door neighbor, the Bible-thumping Ned Flanders. With his rocking mustache, signature green sweater, and a body of a fireman, Ned is a pretty complex character, despite his seemingly simple appearance. But if his appearance were to ever grace a live-action screen, there's only one man for the job who could pull it off. There's no denying it, Breaking Bad's own Bryan Cranston could totally pull off a Ned Flanders look. But the man at least has a possible future Halloween costume to consider.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Robin Williams. Some people were just meant to talk, and the late, great Robin Williams is one of those people.
Hello, campers. Remember, Monday is Malaria Day.
Whenever he was involved in a production, half the time he made up his own lines because he was that good at it.
Got the chief.
The same applied to the beloved Disney film Aladdin.
Aladdin, nice to have you on the show. Can we call you Al, or maybe just Din?
The filmmakers actually tailored the character of Genie around Williams' performance, allowing the great improviser to go nuts with his lines and allowing the animators to work around him.
Ooh, I like it muy macho.
It's pretty much safe to say it, but his version of Genie will go on as one of the most beloved characters in cinematic history. Some people were just meant to play animated characters.
I do a great impression of a hot dog.
You made a mistake. You say what you need to say, and you move on.
Will Poulter. Will Poulter's name might not stick out right away to you, but it should. The young actor has been featured in such films as The Revenant, Detroit, and The Maze Runner. He has a hardened and serious look about him, and those signature eyebrows make him instantly recognizable. But you know who Will looks an awful lot like? Sid from Toy Story. We think that Will would make for an excellent live-action version of Sid, should the studio ever go down that road. Similar build and look, we would love to see this actor bring an infamous animated character to life. That's it for now, everyone. Which actor do you think could pull off a live version adaptation of classic animated characters? Who looks the most like an animated character, and do you think some people are better voice actors than actors? Let us know in the comments, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel to get more videos like this one added to your playlist every day. And the answer to the movie emoji was... Thanks for watching.